Welcome, friends, to today's evening program on Perform at Your Best and Accelerate Growth in the Workplace. The resource person who is going to be taking us through this journey is a very interesting person. Mr. Arun Kumar Rajaram has 18 years of professional experience and worked in top IT corporates like Polaris, HCL Technologies, and TCS. He has served as a service delivery manager in TCS before transitioning his career into training and coaching and uplifting people. He's a certified project management associate, a scrum master, and an agile coach. He has also invested a lot in his personal development by being a member of Toastmasters International for the past 7 years and has held various leadership roles, including the division director. Having conducted multiple events related to personal and professional development, who better than Mr. Rajaram to help us perform better in the workplace? With these few words, I hand over the platform to Mr. Arun Kumar. Please, sir, take over.
Thank you, Arun Subramanian sir, for your wonderful introduction. My sincere gratitude to you. Good evening, friends. The quality of a person's life is directly proportional to his or her commitment towards their work. As human beings, we always strive to show our best, isn't it? I came here to give the best knowledge to all of you. And you are here towards taking the best takeaway in this session. We never had any intention to set a intention of how worst we can deliver or perform something. But what happens in the reality and outcome? Let me take you a couple of statistics analysis. According to the survey conducted by Gallup, one of the leading analytics company in the world, they have reported almost 79% of employees are not engaged in their work. They are not performing at their best. And 57% of attrition are caused due to the nature of the work that people do in their work daily basis and the culture that they experience in the workplace. And 50% of the people do just enough what is required according to their role description. They are not ready to go beyond their job description. They are not ready to take any additional responsibilities. They are loud and clear to say, this is not my job. We know that there is a great resignation being done according to the worldwide post-pandemic, and several millions of people have switched their job. And the key finding is that people are not moving job just for the paycheck. The primary driving factor is not always about the money when people are switching over their jobs. Of course, it is important, but still not the primary factor. So where is this heading towards? First, from an employee perspective, if people are not engaged towards their work, not committed towards their work, it impacts their productivity, what they deliver on daily basis. If the productivity is going a dip, it is automatically impacting their growth in their workplace. It will impact their promotion and any other opportunities in future. And eventually, it will end up in frustration, depression, and stress, and it impacts the overall well-being of the person. So what is in it for the employer? It is not only employees getting affected. For the employer, they are not able to utilize their talent at the fullest. Human resource is getting wasted. And if the employee is not engaged, it takes a toll in the quality of the output that the people are generating, so that it is impacting the reputation with the customers. If that is the case, in a longer period, it is going to impact the company's growth itself. Look at the picture. So out of 10 employees, only 3 people are actively engaged. They are the one who shows their full productivity in their work and loyal and trustable to their employer. And 50% of the people, they are productive but not committed to the fullest. They are the one who is always come up with a lot of excuses. And the people in the red categories are already a worst and poor performers. They exhibit the negative attitudes and they spoil the cultures also. It is the same boat, but very few people are driving hard towards moving forward. Most of the people are just sitting idle without contributing anything, and rest of the people are driving it backwards. Why is this all happening in the workplace? And what can improve this situation? Before that, we have to look at the workplace in itself. Before the industrial revolutions, people used to normally work from their home only. What kind of jobs? Mostly it is towards farming, agriculture, cattle, and gardening, clothing, these kind of works, isn't it? There is no work where you have to go to some office and work from there. And as part of industrial revolution in 18th century, manufacturing plants have come. Industries developed so that people moved from their home to work in some other places, and urban culture started. And what drove the people in the work during those times? If you come to the work, you will get the daily wages so that you are able to feed your children and take care of the family's basic needs. In case if you are not going to the work or not doing it properly, you get punished, isn't it? So in the industrial areas, the work is very much generalized. Management dictates what you need to do, how to do. 90% of the work are manual labors. You no need to think anything. You no need to apply your knowledge anywhere in 90% of the work. So come to the work, behave disciplined way, do what we say, get your money. These are all the primary motives during those times. And in the 20th century, globalization have opened many doors. There are a lot of improvement in banking, insurance, law, electronics, engineering, and information technologies. Gradually, the manual labor kind of work was keep on reducing, and blue collar related jobs are growing up rapidly. Taller buildings of corporates have come up with beautiful office locations, cafeterias, transport facilities, everything have become a shiny objects, which is motivated people towards go through that career. And what is driving people in that workplace? Still it is the same, but in a different way. If you do the work with full commitment, you will get the rewards in terms of paycheck, bonus, holiday vacations, promotions, etc. When people are not working, still the punishment continues. Lack of growth opportunities. Your promotion will get delayed. You will not be in the good book of key decision makers. You are imposed by fear, tight deadlines, strict work rules. These are all the things which motivate the people towards their work. But this is no longer driving the people in this knowledge economy. As I said earlier, all the routine and repeated kind of jobs are getting evaded and removed. In current situation, intellectual capital is the key. People have to be more creative, more innovative, more thinking oriented work. And this kind of setup is not at all motivating people to do great job. So what is we need? We need a kind of motivations where it is moving towards our own growth. Instead of external parties are pushing ourselves towards the work, we have to be self-motivated, self-organized, and deliver the best. And only when we see something beneficial to us in our work on daily basis, that is what is going to drive us in fullness. Apart from the money, what else that I get in my work? That is the key question. So what are all the things? The first one is you have to be self-motivated without depending on any other people so that you will be committed and enthusiasm towards your work. When a person can be self-motivated, there are 10 things where people get self-motivated in their workplace if they see any benefits in these areas. Learning. What is in it for me to learn anything new? Is my work giving any opportunity to explore new technologies, new domains? Is there anything for me to learn about new tools? What more can I go learn and develop my expertise? Second attribute is all about belonging. How I am engaged with my team members. How do I develop the relationship with the people? Those kind of another motivational factors which drives the people. For the people who loves to be in belonging, they are more about team oriented. If they work in any kind of individual contribution kind of work, they will hesitate to do the work. They will get bored easily. Third item, achievement. These people will always talk about numbers. They are hungry about their growth. What is in it next? If they feel stagnant, they will get demotivated. They have to keep on progressing always. Excitement. These are the people who are motivated towards what is that excitement and fun factor in the workplace. Team outing, collaboration, discussion, chit chats, etc. and variety of things. And fourth, authority. They are motivated towards the leadership roles. How I can be seen as a person with influence and authority. Fully driven towards their promotion. What is in the activity that can lead them towards their next promotion? And then safety is another attribute. These are the people who love towards safety. Things have to be stable for them always. Everything has to go in order. They will be acting as a custodian in the company in terms of protecting any assets or confidential data, etc. And recognition. Do they get enough recognition? Recognition in the sense not only in terms of rewards. Any simple recognition. For example, if people go towards a customer meeting, does the boss pick these people to go on meeting? So they see it as a recognition. Next is about challenging work. These people always look for what is in it for them to overcome some challenges. The daily work should not be in a kind of repeated or mundane activities. It should be always in a variety. Is it challenging me to go and beyond my comfort zone and explore new things? And then next, contribution. In my work, what is that I am contributing to others? How is that beneficial to others? What kind of benefit the end users or the customers are getting? And what kind of feedback that they do give to me? And finally, the freedom in workplace. So people try to achieve freedom in work. And it means different for different kind of people. People may like about flexibility. They may want to be flexible in their work hours, or they may want to be flexible with whom they want to work upon. Flexible in terms of any other tools that they want to explore. These people hate micromanaging. Friends, these are all the 10 different motivational factors where we drives the people apart from their paycheck. That is the reason the paycheck is not included here. That doesn't mean that people do not want money. They need, apart from that, these are the 10 factors which is driving the people. Conferry, a famous consultant organization, have conducted a survey. What is that motivating people towards CEO role? In your opinion, what it can be? Can I get some response? Generally, what motivates people towards a CEO role? Out of these 10 factors, are you able to notice anything?
Yes, Mr. Arun, it is, I think firstly it is authority.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Ramara sir, for your response. Yes. So when I have seen that question, I too thought it will be authority and maybe it is due to achievement. So definitely these two were there as part of that survey. And apart from that, few of them reported that it helps them to be belonging also. When they strive towards executive roles, it gives them an opportunity to network with executives in other companies, executives in other departments. So people are seeing it as a belonging also. And some people see it as a contribution also. So the reason why I say is that there will be a combination of motivational factors. It is not just one or two things. It may be 3 or 4 factors which can motivate us in our work. And next thing is that it may keep on changing throughout your career also. In the beginning stage, it may be one, and few days it may be another thing. And during any kind of career transition, it will be motivated towards rest of the things. So you have to be carefully analyze which are the factors are currently working for you and currently it is not meeting well. 8 years ago, I have transferred from one company to join another company. It is a new company for me. I have been recruited for the role of project manager. But after I onboarded, there is no project management role given to me. I worked as an individual contributor. I have been asked to report a person who is lesser experienced than me. They do not have any expertise towards my niche. Will I be motivated in my work? But the same work is what motivated me to join the work because I got 30% hike from my previous company. Until I joined the work, it kept me motivated. I was joyful to join the new company, increased paycheck, new company, new team. Everything was fantastic. But all of a sudden, I got a dip. So I have gone through a mental issue of, should I need to continue in this job? See, I have already proven for more than 10 years and gradually climbed up the ladder. Now I have been reported as an individual contributor. So I have to start from square one. What should I need to do? And the reality is that, yes, I have to start from square one because it is a new company, new people, new boss. You have to prove that is the reality. If I have taken any incorrect decision on that day, I might have lost that opportunity of working under the same boss and elevated towards leading a people of 200 people across the globe, which happened after 5 years. So friends, please be aware of these 10 kind of different motivational factors and how it is influencing in your career flow. The motivation is all about the relationship between you and your work. No external parties involved here. But in the next step, it is about involvement in the workplace. You are engaging with a team. You have to be involved with the customer, boss, peers. So what kind of things can keep you engaged in the workplace? First, you should have the clarity in your work. What is the job expectations? In case if the people are not giving enough clarity in their workplace and their expectations are keep on changing, they may get bit hesitant and demotivated. And what are the resources in place to do and fulfill my jobs? If I have to be productive, I need all kind of resources in terms of any tools is required. Is there any knowledge-based reference materials available and process documents are available for easy resources and whom I need to contact, who are all stakeholders, all kind of details has to be in place. And next is that I'm able to utilize my talent. I might have accumulated several skills and talents throughout my career. Am I getting opportunity, at least use my core skill sets? How am I getting noticed? Are people recognizing me? Is my boss getting recognized and noticing my work? Is my opinions considered? When I go and represent my ideas in the meetings, is the people acknowledging and admitting my ideas or is it getting rejected? Do I get an S from the people? And then is there a positive culture in place? What kind of colleagues you have? How they are supporting you? Are they accommodating you or are they isolating you? Are they helpful? Do they pick up the work evenly or they push you back more? Enough feedback throughout the year. Or you get the surprising elements at the end of the year appraisals. What is your company's mission? How much you are aligned towards them? How much your personal values and company's values are meeting up? And finally, is there any opportunities to grow? All these elements makes us how we can perform better in our workplace. If many of them are going wrong, it is very element that we have to get that awareness what is going wrong, why it is going wrong, and have a plans to fix it. See friends, I can see that there are many employee engagement programs happening in the market, but most of the programs are happening towards team bonding, taking them to an outing towards a different location, conducting some events, and packaging the team outing and team bonding activities into employee engagement initiatives. But unless until we are addressing all these 10 elements at the core of the workplace, it is very difficult to keep an employee engaged in their workplace. So you have the motivated towards your work, you have commitment towards your work, you are getting a supportive environment in the workplace. Until now, the field is ready. Here what the game starts. How do you self-manage your work and deliver the outstanding performance? The first element, go beyond your job description. Think like a business owner. How it is? If you take the business owner, they will be always have to take two responsibilities. They have to take care of their current scenario. What is that they are producing? What is that they are distributing? Everything. And also they should have a plan towards their growth. What is their current year vision? What is their next year vision? How can they expand their market? Take example about the national leaders. How do they lead the country? They have to take care of the daily issues in terms of security, governance, and etc. In parallel, they have to have an eyesight about the growth of the country in terms of economy, GDP, etc. Similarly, as an employee, you have to think like a business owner and take care of your job profile. What is your daily activities and what is your growth related activities? These daily activities are all about what is there in your job description for what you are recruited to do. You cannot go beyond by just fulfilling those duties alone. You have to do something extraordinary. Then only you'll be able to stand out from the crowd. But at the same time, you cannot just put some hard work without identifying what kind of task will help you to elevate. So that you have to identify the right spot and put the efforts. What are the right spots? You have to consider about your aspiration. We have seen in the 10 elements about the motivational factors. What is your aspiration? What is your thing that is motivating you? And second element, what is your skill set? What is your core strengths and expertise? And third and most important, what is that your boss and company needs? When all these three elements are intersecting, that is the spot you have to identify and put your additional work, any growth related project activities that you have to take care. For that, you have to get aligned with your boss. Only then you will be able to understand what is the important activity, what is that company is focusing about, where do they are planning to expand their landscape, what kind of research is right now going in the department. The number one thing that you need to succeed in your career is that how your boss performance is measured. What is his success matrix being evaluated by his or her boss? What is in their goal sheet? Identify that. And you have to strategize all your additional effort towards those goals. Imagine a person, if you are contributing directly towards your boss goal sheet, will anybody can come and stop your growth? For that, you have to get aligned towards your boss. And for that, you have to demonstrate your expertise in your domain. Then only you will be get noticed as a top performer, as a person who is always reliable and trustable and committed towards completing your activities. Demonstrate your expertise in every area. Take about any work that you handle. It may be either product development or service oriented. Understand in and around about your daily activities. What are the problems in general in that industry, or what are the problems in the current product or service that you offer? Develop your industry expertise and domain expertise in those areas. And show your expertise in everywhere. See, last week I have wanted to purchase a television for my home. I have inquired about the salesperson. What is the warranty period of the TV? He asked some other person and got the answer from me. And I asked another question, what is the bandwidth about the application installation? And another question. For every question that I have asked, he pulled it some other person and answered that query. Will I continue that conversation with him when he is not able to answer anything towards my question? I told him, please ask that person to come and explain about the features of the TV. This is a normal scenario, but in many cases, people are exhibiting the same attitude in their work. In meeting, people are not able to speak up and throw their ideas, what is needed. Before attending the meeting, look at what is that meeting called for. What is the agenda? Are we discussing about any problem there? Is there any escalation? Or is the discussion is all about finding out the new opportunity coming forward? Or is it a status reporting? What kind of things are expected to discuss there? Prepare something and go and demonstrate your contribution. That is what is going to help you to get noticed by your boss so that you can get the ample of opportunities. And the next step, multiply the productivity of others. It is not only improving your productivity. How you can elevate your team members to be more productive. If you are elevating your team members to be more productive, you are directly contributing towards your boss' success, isn't it? Out of 10 members, if one person is helping him to succeed, who will they recognize? Maximize your reach to the other department. Don't restrict yourself with your current team or department. Go and reach. What kind of work or contribution can help you to navigate throughout your departments and which can help you to get noticed at later point. I have set an example about 8 years ago. I have transitioned a career where I was not able to give the project management activity. Let me continue the scenario. In the same job, I have continued and using my customer application skills and production support experience, I have developed few dashboards, which is going to reduce the resolution period of each and every ticket that they are going to take place. I have developed some scripts and deployed them. This helped the team to be more productive. They have completed the activities that are earlier taken 1 hour is getting reduced within 15 minutes. Now, my boss have recognized that work, and what is next step? We went ahead and deployed the same tool to other departments, other teams, so that they got also benefited. What happened next? My name was elevated to my skip level manager and his manager, and I reached up to department head. Gradually, my day-to-day activities getting moved towards the growth-related activities, which I have mentioned as a first point. Go beyond your job description. Plan what kind of actions needed. See, in each and every workplace, 2 people will get moved faster. The one is the problem solvers. Look at problems in the workplace. In any workplace, there is a problem to do some process improvements, cost improvement, productivity improvement, address those problems. Or if you are an opportunity creator, you may be a good negotiator with the customers, you may be bringing new projects, you may expand your account. In either way, if we contribute, that is the place where we can grow in the workplace. And finally, to do all these things, you have to overcome the self-imposed limiting things on your own self. See, we have to be ready to go beyond our comfort zone and start to do things. As I said, when we go beyond our team, we need to be more resilient, be ready to accept the critical feedback from others, remove all the self-doubt. It's all about trial and error, and try to overcome all those situations one by one so that you'll be able to deliver what you have promised. Putting all these points together, if you carefully observe, we started with what kind of activities that can help you to stand out in the crowd, and then you have focused about your own growth, you have focused about your boss growth, you have focused about your department growth, everything comes in alignment. What else is needed to put your effort in the workplace? Now that you have performed well, but who is going to get noticed? It is again your responsibility to promote yourself. See, in current workplace, leadership have changed a lot. Unlike earlier years, no managers are sitting just noticing who is doing what. They themselves have a lot of efforts. So there is high chance that you can easily lose your credentials despite all the hard work. So it is the individual responsibility how they can get their visibility that can help them towards their growth. Be your own cheerleader. Develop a positive outlook about yourself always, and avoid showing any negative attitude towards others. You have to be very careful in when you are disagreeing with the people. You have to politely disagree, politely say no. Build your squad. So develop the network with all the other people in other departments. Build your own team. So if we restrict ourselves with our departments and things, we have to go across the other departments and get help and navigate and develop a relationship with the other person. It will be helping to clear the bottlenecks. For example, I am an IT leader in my workplace. I develop my relationship with HR department so that I can get smoother my recruitment. If multiple people are chasing the recruitment person, who will they give priority? There is nothing different. The people who they like, the people who develop some rapport with them, they get prioritized. During pandemic, all of a sudden everyone had to work from home. The desktops and laptops have to be shipment to the employee's house. While the other department people are struggling to do the shipment, my earlier rapport with the IT department helped me to do all the shipment within one day. And the next day morning, everyone in the city have received the desktop and we are able to smoothly run the operations. See, you will never know what kind of rapport will come and benefit you in the later space. And parallelly, you have to be also be careful about developing your own team also. Build your squad means you have to be also do the proper succession planning. See, assume you are an area manager. The next role is regional manager and you are waiting for that role for almost 2 years. But you have a strong dependency, except you, no one else go and influence the customers in your area. You'll be more happy. Yeah, that's what me. Only I can able to go and influence them. And you'll be happy as long as you hear the surprise that someone else come and replace that regional manager role and you lose the opportunity. See, when it comes to promotion, management will always think in two aspects because they are replacing two roles in parallel. The role that you do right now, that is area manager, also has to be replaced by some other role, and the regional manager role, which I said as an example, that also have to get replaced. Who will take risk to replace those two critical positions at the same time? Unless until you give the confidence that yes, we have all the people ready as a backup. They are the next cheerleader who is going to take in charge of me. There is no huge dependency and I have the credibility and capability to deliver towards my next role. If you build all those ecosystem and when the opposite hits, it will come and drop to you automatically. Third, show the picture of beautiful future always. Do not talk about what you have accomplished in the past. Done is done. See, most people do this mistake when it comes to appraisal discussions. You know something, I have done all this kind of hard work in the past. I have delivered everything on time, etc., etc. What people think in their mind, so what? That's the reason you have been hired. That's the reason we are paying you money, isn't it? If you are negotiating, think about the future, what you can contribute in the future. Only if you drive the discussions towards that, you will get the opportunity. What is your future capability? What else you can do apart from your work that you are currently doing? And then next, become a champion of corporate culture. So understand what is that culture it is happening, adapt it, and you be the champion to cascade it to others. Take a scenario. You are working to a new boss. A meeting has been called out. Agenda has been circulated. By looking at the agenda, you think that you can contribute more on those data points and you have started to prepare. While you do the preparation, you missed out the time and you joined 10 minutes late to the meeting. Your new boss is already conducting the meeting and is going in parallel. That boss may be a kind of person who is motivated more about towards stability, stable, discipline, order, on time, punctual. He noticed that he will join you with a delay of 10 minutes. What kind of impression you will be able to generate? And whenever you try to speak up and give your ideas, she or he may stop you. You may not be encouraged. And whose fault is this? Ideally speaking, we may not tell it as a fault itself because you have a good intention about preparing more for the meeting, but for some reason you are not able to adapt the culture and the work style of your boss. This is where the gap starts and things may go bad for you unintentionally. Try to navigate the workplace conflicts smartly. while you do all these things and building your visibility, there will be a lot of bullying and politics in the workplace. More demand, less opportunity. What else we need to create the conflicts? So people will always try to get their name visible. So you have to smartly navigate without getting any reputational damage for you. You have to deal with all those kind of politics. Your boss may not recognize you. Some of the colleagues may steal your credits. You have to be carefully handle all those things. If we focus on all these 5 elements, together it will increase your visibility in the workplace. Friends, if you go and search how to improve performance in the workplace, try to do in the Google. People will randomly throw about starting with you have to be goal oriented, you have to be vision oriented, or you'll be getting some other tips like get energy, take rest, take proper sleep. Literally go and search, you will get all these things. If you apply this in corporate, do you think that you will be able to succeed? All those blog writers do not have any corporate experience. Assume that you are a farmer. Will you go and throw away the seed directly in the field? You have to cultivate the field. You have to make the field ready so that the soil is equipped to do which it needs. That is what your motivation. Plug the field, make the soil rich, get it ready. And it is not sufficient. You are dependent on the right climate, weather condition. You cannot throw the seed during the rainy season, isn't it? The climate is important. That is what the engagement and involvement in workplace. How do you involve with other players and what is the overall climate is there? You have to navigate that also. And when both these 2 things are in place, that is the time to drop the seed where your performance is going to happen. Only when you are engaged in workplace, only when you are self-motivated towards work, you will be able to deliver your best performance. Now the seed has been showed and it has grown up. It's time to harvest. Reap the benefits. You have to harvest it, get it to the market and sell it. Nobody else will do it. Get the required visibility and image in the workplace. And once you have all these things in place, that is what is going to help you achieve the required growth in workplace. Friends, when you have the wings, why do you try to walk? Aim high and fly high. For the people who is looking forward towards their growth in terms of working professional or mid-level leaders who want to achieve greater heights in their profession, I am conducting a group coaching session about 10x performance and 10x growth in the workplace. And based on my core strength in my corporate experience and as well as my expertise in the tech training field, I will be able to give up the ample ideas and solutions towards all your workplace related problems so that you will be able to implement all of them and grow in greater heights. Unlike the other programs which offers about shadow level advice and tips, I will go in deep and cover what are the challenges and problems in workplace and how you have to overcome them all. Tomorrow is for the people who is getting ready to prepare it today. This is my Calendly link. I'll put it in the chat box. Please take action and book my scheduling discussion with me, which is a 45-minute sessions and there is no charge involved. Looking forward for a positive discussion with you all. And I deliver this program in terms of group coaching with individual, one-on-one coaching if you are an executive and want to be a one-to-one discussion, or if there are any corporate trainings towards the high performance and engagement initiatives, please reach out to me. My mobile number is 9884542028 and I'll put it in the chat box also. Thank you, friends, for attending. The floor is now open to the questions. Please let me know if there are any, and I welcome your feedback as well about the program. Any questions or any feedback or any point you want to cover? Yes, sir. Ramarao, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Arun, for bringing out the factors which are responsible for being a happy employee and growing in the career. All these points are very well taken. I have, while going through this interview, one thought which came to me is a fresher which joins a company, big company like TCS or Infosys, etc. He's thrown in a crowd. What is the role of the employer in grooming that raw hand which has been, which has come to his organization? Is it not incumbent on the part of the employer to train him, mentor him, accept mistakes, errors, even failures and losses which a youngster commits, and allow him to grow for a few years, maybe 3, 4, 5 years, so that a few years later he becomes a much more productive and valuable person of the organization, whether that organization or any organization which he goes to. Back to you.
Thank you, Ramarao, sir, for raising these valid questions. And in fact, what you raised is not just one scenario. It is, we can see many cases in today's field actually. See, problem starts with the expectation of the employer and the employees. If you take the candidate as a fresher, they are very keen towards learning. Beyond their college syllabus, they attend a lot of other trainings privately, attending hackathons, develop their skill set enormously. There is no doubt at all about it. And when they join the workplace, what happens is that as a fresher, there are some challenges in giving the work according to the skills that they have accumulated already. For example, let us take now the data science, artificial intelligence, and robotics people are going on attending many cases. And you are attending an artificial intelligence. Once you join the company, they will be putting up into different departments and different teams. First is that it is very rare scenario that you get the
right job
team which do that artificial intelligence kind of work. That is first blocker. In case if you are able to find it, and that team is proposing this profile to the customer who is providing the billing. As a customer, they always look forward for to have a experienced professional to work. So they straight away rejecting the freshers program. So these are all the challenges involved. The solution is that yes, the problem is there in always, but as a fresher, what we recommend is that please try to show the productivity in the current one. Even if it is a kind of mundane or repeated activities, please try to do that for a couple of months. Once you started to show the commitment, then develop the rapport with current team or the parallel with the other departments and check what are the openings available internally within the companies towards the line. That is the reason we have to develop the rapport network with other companies. Maybe within 1 year or 1.5 years, definitely people are getting the opportunity and moving ahead. But definitely they need that passions for 1.5 years. In those 1.5 years, it is nothing like they're not at all working according to any fit. There are many skills, transferable skills, which is going to helpful in all the roles. How to deal the customer, how to send the report, how to communicate, how to attend the conferences calls, how to present. Develop all those kind of skills in parallel, so that once you are able to get the right opportunity, people will be able to shine well in the given post. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, this is Kavita. Sir, it was a very inspiring speech. Thank you so much for that. And my question is, you were talking about credit stealing, right? So credit stealing is something, it's quite relatable for all people, especially less than 5 years. So what would be your suggestion to get out of it? Suppose my credit is stolen by somebody else. So how does a 2+ years of experienced engineer reach out to a manager, or what is the strategy you would propose, sir?
See, credit stealing, again, another important topic which is happening on daily basis. Kavita, you have to be careful that you cannot lose your credit. At the same time, you cannot go and aggressively claim the credit also. You have to strike the balance. Let me give a scenario. For example, you have prepared a report or presentation, and one of your team leader is giving that to the customer, and you come to know. Now, if you go and tell the customer, I only prepared it, it may create a bad name to your team leader. In case if you have the rapport already well built with the customer, you can politely deal in different way and convey. If that is not happening, talk in depth about that presentation in another call. The person who steals the credit will not be able to talk it in depth about the topic. You keep narrate in different way about the same data what you prepare. People will indirectly come to know that the data and presentation come from someone else, not this person. This is one way of dealing it, and there are multiple ways, but it depends on the scenarios. I hope I have answered to some extent to your question.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Can I come in this matter if you don't mind?
Please, sir.
Do you realize credit stealing is the best thing that can happen to an employee? If you are interested in becoming the go-to person in an organization, you should allow everyone to steal all the job that you have done. The more people steal from you, the more they become dependent on you, because the less they will do things themselves, and the more important and indispensable you will become. One of the biggest challenges that youngsters today face is they find it difficult to accept someone else taking credit for what they have done. What they don't realize is that when someone else is taking credit for what you have done, he is in fact telling that he is subordinate to you. This is the only path to grow. There is no other path. You know, there is this great saying, if you want to grow in your career, promote your boss. How do you promote your boss? By giving all the good things that you have done to him to take credit for. He gets promoted. Now what he will do? He will take you along with him. He will hitch his wagon to your star, because he knows that he has got promoted only because of your work. Stop worrying about who is stealing credit. Stop and start worrying who all are not stealing credit. The more people who steal credit from you, the more important you become in the company. Well, people are welcome to reject what I'm saying, but this is what my 46 years of corporate experience and 26 years as CEO has taught me. The more people stealing credit from you, the more important and the more a go-to person you are in an organization. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for adding your inputs. Yeah. I hope there are no more questions. I thank you all for all your time and availability with us in today's webinar. I thank WAC Solution and Mr. Arun Subramanian sir for this wonderful opportunity to deliver my webinar in WAC Solution platform. Over to you, sir.
Mr. Arun, it was an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to have you on the platform delivering on such an important topic. You combined various topics, you combined performance management, you combined employee motivation, you combined employee engagement, you combined all these things to provide a beautiful, spread. And I think many of us will be having a sumptuous dinner today over and above the intellectual serving from you. Thank you, and we look forward to more such offerings from you in the days to come. I sincerely hope some people have booked their appointment on the Calendly with Mr. Rajaram. It is free. And you know, this world is too big for us to handle with our brains alone. It will always serve us if we should pick the brains of others also. And when Mr. Arun is already offering it to us, let's take advantage of it. Thank you, everyone, for coming on the platform. We look forward to your presence again. I think the next program is on 23rd or 22nd. I will be posting the, we are having a program on 23rd from Mrs. Sandhya, all the way from Dubai. She comes with payroll management. Let's all meet then. Thank you. Good night.